Hello. Fingers crossed, I'm on, I'm live, and I'm streaming. And if you have never seen one of these videos before, I am the Jenny Kovacs as mentioned up there, nicknamed the Queen of Being Seen internationally, because I help you to stand out in a way that has your clients find you far more easily, you feeling confident and comfortable and clear in your message too. So this is part of a series which is going on for a couple of weeks, and it started this Monday. So this is number 4. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, or maybe you've watched the other videos and you thought, I must remember to try this out or to do this thing, then please feel free to go back, have a little catch up, and let me know how you get on. So today is all about fast. No, it isn't all about fast. It's about what to do first with visibility. Let me just take a sip of water. That might be helpful. My mouth is going faster than my brain today. Hey, Alan, thanks for joining. Waving back at you. Hope the sun's out where you are. I think, dare I say it, summer is starting over here in the UK, and I am so excited. So excited. Cool. I've written some notes, so I'm just going to double check them if they come up on here. If not, I will remember everything that I needed to say in the next 10 minutes or so. So first things first, what do I mean about visibility and what's first? Well, many of you are in different places or different stages of your business. You know, for some of you, it's all about getting yourself more known because you've just started, or you may have started for a while but not really been sure with how to market yourself best. You know, you're seeing that lots of people are doing Facebook ads, for example, and you haven't created a big enough budget to do that yet. It could be that you've been going for a while and you decided 2019 is your year. Anyone had that? I know a lot of people have said to me, Jenny, 2019 is definitely my year. This is so my year. I'm going to do it. So if that's you, then that might be what you, where you're looking to really raise your visibility, raise your profile, get your, either the message that you share, the work that you do, the book that you've written, the online course that you've produced, the talk that you want to speak about internationally out there. So that might be you, or you might be a dab hand at this. You might be, you know, have been going along pretty well, which, you know, majority of my clients actually fall into that place. They're not in a place where they're completely lost, but they want to do more and be more and do it a little bit more quickly than they've done before. They want to reach new audiences. You know, they want to build their business in a way that feels great for them and goes in with their lifestyle. And for some of them, they know they've got credibility in what they do, but they want even more credibility. So if you know of anyone who fits into that category, and this is interesting because so many of you have been sharing these videos that I share. And for example, one of my friends that I used to knock around with when I was like 17, that's like 30 years ago. When, you know, well, nearly 30 years ago. Okay, 29 and a bit. But I got an invitation to like her Facebook page a few days ago because she is now also becoming a coach too. So do share these because you never know what people are plotting and planning and scheming. They might have a corporate role and they're looking to move within that corporate role. These videos actually help too. Or they might be looking to do something else, as it's commonly known, a side hustle. You know, some of my clients have do contracts, you know, work contracts and build a business at the same time. And in fact, I remember with great fondness, one of the clients that I worked with about 4 years ago now did exactly that and had a number of businesses which they grew simultaneously. This is not something I recommend if you're getting started, but for this person, it was extraordinary to watch. It was beautiful to watch. So when people work closely with me, those are the sorts of things that they might want to work on. So I'm going to see if I can share this video, just because, you know, the old algorithms are very different. And I keep getting messages saying, Jenny, I didn't know you were going live. How did I not know? So I'm using second phone here and I'm not sure whether it's working as well as it could be. So let's just see. let me just share this, which is really boring for you to watch when I do this. And I really don't like to do this as I am live, because it makes you think, what's she doing? Why can I see that big forehead of hers? But you know what? I think it's really important to share. So all of that said, I've copied the link and I will share it on my page, because I won't actually be won't be on here for very long. So what is all of this about? How do you know what to work on first? And this is a really great question, especially for those of you, and specifically for those of you who have been going at it for a while. You know, you get into your stride. It's only when you are letting the ink dry on your book, or when you are basically getting all the tech stuff ready that's involved in an online course, for example, or maybe you're up at like 4 o'clock in the morning because you're speaking in a couple of hours or later on that day, and you want to really make a great impression. You want to get your work out there and you want to perfect it. But it's only at that stage that you realise that actually, I wonder if I could have told any more people about this. I wonder if I could have invited other people. I wonder if I could have spoken to this organisation about my work. Thank you for the love hearts. I think those love hearts are coming from Barbados. Waving over at the Bajans there watching. Thank you for watching, Barbados. I mean, what time is it now? Oh, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. So this is like a start to your day. And Barbados will always have some sun. Even if it rains for a bit, the sun will come straight out. So thank you very much for the love hearts. I love that. It makes me feel really soft and squidgy inside. So thank you. So here's the thing. When you're looking at what to do first, there are 3 different components to look at. And the easiest way I can remember it, because I have a lot to remember, I've got my vibe system, which helps you to be visible. And underneath that, there's lots of things, from video visibility to speaking, to being able to sell what you do, to being able to like biographically describe what you do, to making an impact, you know, to being able to manage it all and handle it all, even when you're very busy. And then above that, there's this ABC, which is why I made it really easy to use. This is what you would say you could dial in from. Hey, Tristan, hi. Thanks for saying hey. He says, hey, cousin. He's my cousin. Do you know what? I have to say this genuinely. Since I've been doing this work, specifically as a visibility specialist, I have got cousins and family members who have voluntarily joined my group, joined my tribe, and yes, they support me, but they also get some good stuff from this as well. That is, you know, people normally say, I can't wait for the day that people who I don't know join my list and stuff. And I had it the other way around. People that I didn't know joined my list, and then my family started kind of really wading in and getting involved. So in my family, we've got someone who's really artistic and creative, who I think will go on to DJ, but at the moment does a lot of like almost spoken word, spoken art. I've got a family member who is a makeup artist. You would have seen her on here, and she's great. But she also helps people to feel beautiful from the inside and relax from the inside. So she does a lot of like massage and things like that as well. I've got another family member who is great at, I don't want to trash what they do. Specifically, they're great if you are at university and you are studying anyway, even up to sort of PhD level, and you are looking to have your dissertation organised in a way that makes sense and gets you the best grades. They actually specialise in that. But they're also great at writing and doing copy and stuff like that for kind of big commercial projects. And they've done a lot of copy for people that are having published books as well. So, and I didn't actually know that until about 2 months ago, about that additional piece, when they were like, I'm on a deadline, I've got my head down, I'm doing this piece of work. I was like, and this is the reason to let people know what you do, anytime, any place, anywhere. Just like Julie has. Julie said hi as well. And Julie is a great designer. She has got like, I can't even say she's got knowledge under her belt, because the knowledge that she's got in that area would not fit under a belt unless it was like the green belt that runs around London. I mean, you know, come on. So it's really important to know where to start. So the ABC really helps you to pick that out. Now, imagine, like, because I know that some of you watching these live and on the replay are business owners or looking to be business owners or wanting to grow your business. And I know that there's a big percentage of you, because I speak at your conferences, in your businesses, at your companies and to your groups, who are corporately based. This is the same thing, but language slightly differently. So if you are one of those corporates, the A is, and actually a busy business owner, the A is your audience, the people you speak to. Now, for your corporates, it's actually the people around you. It's your teams. It's your organisations. It might be, if you're based over lots of different places, either within the UK or internationally, it's the other people within your business are your audience. And sometimes it's your customers as well, or your organisation's customers. But for you busy business owners, your audience are the people that you want on your email list. They're the people that you want to buy your online course. They're the people that you want to hear you spit in your lyrics as you go to a party there and get paid to go in, do that party and go. They're the people who, like Alan, you will want them to be buying your books. You know, and that there are very many different places out there, very many different audiences out there. What you need to make sure that you do to be completely visible is to get crystal clear. If you're like, but Jenny, I don't have the time, go back to yesterday and I gave you a really short Facebook Live on how to create, like literally create time, so that you know where to put your focus in terms of time. From the time it takes to boil a kettle, to the time it takes to walk down to the shops, to if you've got a bigger chunk of time. So it's important for you to know where your audience is and to position it. And most of you already know where your audience is, but you're so busy thinking, in order for me to be really visible, I have to be here, there and everywhere, that you sometimes miss out on the audience that's sitting there waiting and going, I need help with my relationships, or I need help with designing my home. They might not say it in that way. Take Julie, who's a designer. You could be sat in your office at home as a business owner going, I can't hear myself think. Like, it's quiet, but there's just something about this office. I need to go out and work in a cafe. Now, I do that to get the buzz of people. But the reason you might be leaving your office at home is because you don't like it. Maybe the walls are a colour that you don't like. It's not set out how you would like it to be. Julie will come in and help you to be able to redesign that space. And that's just one small space. Maybe the reason that you're not able to go out and attract your audience is because you're not feeling relaxed. There are many people in my community who help other people to feel and be more relaxed through coaching, through training, some of them through hypnosis, some of them through the work that they do in wider ways. So your audience, it's really important to know who your audience are and where they are, and make sure that when you're speaking to them, they can actually hear you and they're not in their head going, that's not me then. I've just demonstrated with very few of you watching this live, and I know that many of you will watch later and you send me lovely messages too, but I've already just demonstrated watching this live how you can just cut straight into your audience's ears so they can hear you. So is that where you, sorry, I've got something behind me that is crinkled there. Is that where you need to put your focus just to start off with? Is the focus for your audience the first place that you need to put your focus? Do you need to grow them so that you can then offer all the products and services that you've got? Or it could be the second part B. Maybe you've got a bit of an audience and you're happy to grow it, but actually the focus that you need to put it in terms of visibility is on the business. Now, this might be your business model. It could be that all the time you've been slaving away on an online course and you're just struggling to get it out there, which is something that I see a lot of people do because they don't realise the work involved in the emails that you need to send out, the onlineness of it is quite hardcore. And if you're used to going out and networking and public speaking and doing stuff like that, you learn a whole new different set of skills. Being on video, being comfortable on camera, being able to sell your services, being able to write great emails, being able to send them out, the tech involved, whether to hire, not to hire. So there's all of that as well. So one of the things that you can do best for yourself is know and have clarity on how you want to go moving forward. When I first joined a mastermind, there were a couple of different masterminds I've been part of, but when I first joined one specifically in 2013, for me to just have some focus on like, where do I want to be, and decide how I wanted to be visible myself, was seriously life-changing. Within weeks of making that decision, people were like, oh my gosh, you're here, there and everywhere. I remember going out to one of Gabby Bernstein's events that she held, and somebody who I'd never met before coming up to me saying, oh my gosh, I've been watching your 30-day series, and I did this thing, and then this happened, and then I got this corporate contract. And it's like, it's mind-blowing, and it's life-changing for people. The work that you do is life-changing for people. And if you don't get this element right, you walk away saying in your head, I need to go back to corporate. I might need to start applying for a job. I need to stop doing this. I'm not very good at this thing. I'm not great at marketing myself. The list goes on. I've heard everything. And all it is just paying some attention on this second piece. So here's the thing. So Julie's just done a big plug on there. Thank you, Julie. So if any of you wondered what that's all about, Julie has just put something on there. So here's the thing. The second thing, or the third thing, after you've got really clear on how you want to be, you might need to focus on speaking more. You know, I'm working with somebody closely at the moment, like really closely, hands in, sleeves rolled up within their business too. And they want to, I don't want to disclose a confidence, but they want to do they have their business be and do it in a certain way. And the way that they were previously promoting themselves and putting themselves out there would really clash with how they wanted to get out there. So after, like, we had a kickoff meeting, and after just half an hour, they were like, oh my gosh, here's what I want to do. I can see it so clearly. They got up to the flip chart and started writing down exactly what they needed to do and when. And it all lined up. It was aligned. It made sense. For them, it now flows. It doesn't feel like they're pushing water uphill, and it makes the whole visibility piece easier. So if you are in a business setting and one of my lovely corporate people, you need to be clear on what your strategic aims and goals are for your business. Because here's the thing, if you go off the beaten track, too far off the beaten track, whilst being a rebel and a disruptor is seen as a great thing in certain places, it might not connect with your company's proposition. And if that happens and you disconnect from your company's proposition, they'll just see you as a maverick, and not in a great way. A maverick who's doing their own thing, uncontrollable, and that is not the best way to get visibility. It's not what I recommend. So the third part is C, and that is actually not about clients, but about your credibility. So I have so many people that come to me and they've done talks at big events, big exhibitions. They've been on the TV and radio, you know. They have maybe their own podcast and they've got quite a big audience, but they're not able to leverage that. And that's really frustrating for them because they're well known. Everyone slaps them on the back and tells them how well they're doing. And then when it comes to either being visible to get business, there is no business. Do you know how disheartening that is? Or they want to speak to an audience, and even though they've been here, there and everywhere, they haven't actually nailed down being able to gather the audience together so that when they've got more to say or the next thing to say, that audience can hear it too. So this is something that I see a lot. So what is it for you? And by the way, if you're one of my lovely corporate people, you will be sat in your cubicle working hard, going to the meetings, advising the board if you're on the board of directors or below the board of directors, advising your team, helping people to do their jobs properly, yet feeling this level of frustration because you know that you're worth every penny, but you're not rising through the ranks. Your profile's not being raised. You're maybe not getting the promotions that you're going for. And you feel stuck in that same place. And maybe even in your mind, and this is something for the organisations to be mindful of, you're sitting there saying, maybe it's time for me to move on. The problem with that is, once you go, all of that knowledge goes with you. So that's a problem for the organisation and a problem for you, because then you go and take it somewhere else and kind of have to start that process all over again. And that can be really exhausting. So which of those, knowing that is it the audience that you need to build, and it might be a bit of all, but which one, if you could put your focus on, say for the next 30 days, would make a huge difference to you? Is it growing your audience so there are more people to hear your message and buy your stuff? Is it changing your business model and getting that out there so that people know how to approach you, how best to work with you, and what you do for them? Or is it C? Is it that actually you need a bit more credibility so people understand why you're the person to do it? And if there was any of those categories that I sometimes fall into, I'm not a big fan of boasting. I come on here to help you guys get out there and be visible and be seen. And I sometimes forget that as a point of that, I need to tell you things like doing videos like this ended up with me nearly this time last year speaking at Google to a group of lovely executives. I forget to tell you things like my clients go out and they think that they are being better with their public speaking, even though they're not, affiliated with any sort of speaking or, professional speaking associations. And then the next thing they know, they end up being on TV couches and, being asked to give an expert opinion on something. Or, as has happened to a couple of my clients of late, they get asked to go and speak in a corporate space and they get paid for it, and they get paid well. Okay, so, which is it for you that you need to focus on next? So I'm just going to go back and read the comments. Which point, I'm wondering where my glasses are. So excuse me, I'm about to really squint on the screen. So Julie says, I'm trying very hard to increase my visibility. And you, my lovely, are helping me. That's great to know. Because sometimes, I get messages from people that say, oh, I watched something that you did last year and this happened. In fact, very recently, a lovely lady I'm going to shout out called The Spiritual Tourist, Philippa, she watched one of my Monday motivations done like this, mouth, arm, phone visibility, not in a slick studio, not with my hair and makeup done, although I'm sure you'd appreciate it if my hair was like coiffed and gorgeous. And she said that something that I shared on a Monday motivation actually helped her map out and sort out her whole year. And by way of saying thank you, she just randomly posted that on my Instagram account. I was so grateful to her and asked whether I could share that with other people. Because the thing that I do know about credibility and me telling you all the things that I've done is that deep down, somewhere in that crisis of confidence that we all have, you think, oh, well, it's okay for Jenny. She's really good at this thing, or she can do that. And you think, not me, or not me yet. So, let me cough and read the next comment. So that's what to do if you have a coughing fit in the middle of your Facebook Live. Take a sip of water and carry on. Julie, I hope you've seen Alan's comment. So this is probably the sort of thing that Julie hears a lot. I could do with my office space sorting. Unfortunately, my office is also my dining room, my library, my store, my woodworking workshop, and my living room, etc. Alan, I'm sure that Julie has heard that before. And this is where, if Julie was looking at her audience, she would look at whether she does help people like you that need that, or whether she only helps big businesses, for example. So some of Julie's messaging in terms of building her business would need to really hone in on that. And there's ways that she would do that as she's being visible. So, Alan, what do you think is your number one piece? Because I know that you've got another book coming out. And just in case you don't know Alan, you've never heard of him before, Alan is on his 8th book, maybe even more than that, 7th or 8th book. And Alan also has a really cool life story to tell about kind of really getting out of rough seas and going on to very calm waters. If you don't know anything about Alan, by all means, do go into the Visibility Vibes tribe. We've got a long weekend coming up over here in the UK, as most of the world who celebrate Easter do. So go in and have a look. And if you're in that group, go in and introduce yourself. There are new people going in there all the time. Another great form of visibility. So this has probably been one of the longer longer Facebook Lives on this, but I would urge you to please share this with your community of other business owners that you know. Share it on your timeline so you don't get into trouble with the group that you could potentially share it in, and then they say, sorry, stop sharing all of this stuff. If you've got friends that would rather keep it on the down low, share it with them as a private message. I am running this series for another couple of weeks. Tomorrow is likely not to be a live, but to be a video. And the same for Monday because it's bank holiday. But other than that, you can come up here and you can, listen, participate, watch, ask your questions while you're live. And also just to let you know, in about a week's time, you're going to start seeing some webinars where I'm going to have a lot more time just to go in and start to talk about like the leverage points, the little things that are going to make the biggest difference. I'm going to close by saying that I was talking about the London cabs, big black cabs with very tiny wheels. Have you ever noticed how small the wheels are on a black cab? They're tiny. And you want those tiny wheels to be moving the big black cab. So here's the thing, how can you leverage what you're doing within your business? What small wheels will move something bigger in your business? Will it be all around your audience? Will it all be around your business and the model that you're using? Or will it be around your credibility? So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again here tomorrow. Post your comments below, let me know how you go with this, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.